Thoughts on Java, Episode 6, January 4, 2023. This is a Java program that I created on May 6, 2022. The objective of this program is to display 7 diagonally positioned, semi-controllable squares, each of which represents each color of the rainbow respectively, with adjacent squares overlapping the edge of each other. The red square overlaps the upper left edge of the orange square. The orange square overlaps the upper left edge of the yellow square. The yellow square overlaps the upper left edge of the green square. The green square overlaps the upper left edge of the cyan square. The cyan square overlaps the upper left edge of the blue square. The blue square overlaps the upper left edge of the magenta square. Therefore, the colors in descending order are red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue and magenta, which correspond to the colors of the rainbow respectively. The 7 squares are semi-controllable in the way that it is possible to shift the positions of squares as a whole in a similar fashion to 98 degrees counterclockwise rotation by pressing the key. It is also possible to shift the positions of all the squares to the horizontal position of the red square, forming a straight row, by pressing the key B or C. Upon running and compiling this program, when the key is pressed for the first time, the sound of laser rocket is played. When the key B is pressed for the first time, the sound of laser sword is played. When the key C is pressed, no sound is played. In the following paragraphs, I am going to expound the syntactic details of the code snippet of this program. In the beginning of the properly formatted code snippet of this Java program, 2 classes in the java.hot package, 2 classes in the java.odd.event package, 2 classes in the java.io package, 5 classes in the javax.sound.sampled package, and 3 classes in javax.swing package were imported. After the public class, I typed the name of the public class myFrame. After the name of the public class, I used the extends keyword to inherit the jFrame class, and the implements keyword to implement the keyListener interface, after which I typed an opening curly bracket. After the opening curly bracket, I implemented method main, which was absent in the original code snippet of the program, since I thought that method main must be implemented in a new public class, due to the fact that a public class does not necessarily have to contain method main to be syntactically correct. However, Eclipse suggests adding suppress warnings serial to remove the yellow underline that appears beneath myFrame, for a certain reason that has been mentioned in previous episodes. In the body of method main, I invoked the default constructor of myFrame by typing the new keyword followed by myFrame, a pair of parentheses, and a semicolon. After the closing curly bracket of method main, I declared 2 clip objects, 7 global objects and a layered pane object, without instantiating any of them. Next, I defined a constructor by typing myFrame, followed by a pair of parentheses, an opening curly bracket, after which I typed a large portion of the code snippet. Next I am going to introduce the syntactic details of this large portion of the code snippet within the defined constructor. In the beginning of the defined constructor, I typed considerable amounts of boilerplate code for preparing to play externally imported audio files in Java, including using the try-catch or try-multi-catch statements to catch unsupported audio file exception, IO exception, line unavailable exception, instantiating file objects, obtaining audio input streams from the provided file objects, obtaining clips that can be used for playing the audio, as well as printing the throwables and their respective backtraces to the standard error stream. It is possible to refer to the syntactic details of implementing the boilerplate code for preparing to play externally imported audio files in Thoughts on Java, Episode 5, therefore I am not going to expound on it one more time. Nevertheless, it should be noted that it is possible to avoid surrounding unhandled exception types with try-catch or try-multi-catch statements by adding throws declaration, which is performed by typing the throws keyword followed by relevant exceptions, with each exception separated by a comma. In this program, it is necessary to add throws declaration after the closing parenthesis preceded by string, args, as well as after the pair of parentheses of the defined constructor, so as to eliminate the error of unhandled exception types, which prevents the program from compiling and running. Adding throws declaration is arguably more syntactically simple than surrounding with try-catch statements or try-multi-catch statements, thus it could be considered that adding throws declaration is a form of syntactic sugar for the boilerplate code for playing externally audio files in Java. After finishing the boilerplate code for preparing to play the sounds of laser rocket and laser sword, I instantiated the 7 global objects that have been previously declared before and outside the defined constructor. Within each pair of parentheses after the global object was instantiated, I typed the Polish names that correspond to the 7 colors mentioned above. Invoking the setBackground method and using the built-in colors in the color class, I set the background color of the global objects. Invoking the setBounce method, I moved and resized the global objects by passing int values as parameters x, y coordinates, width and height. Invoking the setFont method, I set the font for the global objects. Within the pair of parentheses after each setFont method, I instantiated the same font object Times New Roman, set the style to bold, and the point size to 20, but I found out that it would have been better to instantiate a font object for Times New Roman instead. Invoking the setOpaqueTrue method, all the 7 global objects paint their pixels within their bounds respectively, otherwise, the global objects would not have been visible in the frame container. It should be noted that despite the accessibility to the setVisible method for the global class, the setOpaque method should be used. After instantiating all the 7 global objects, as well as invoking the setBackground, setBounds, setFont, setOpaque methods, I instantiated the LayeredPane object, which has been declared before and outside the defined constructor. Invoking the add method, I appended all the 7 global objects to the end of the LayeredPane object. Thus, it could be considered that the global objects act as components, whereas the LayeredPane object acts as a container. Then, as the public class inherits the frame class via the extends keyword, I use this keyword to refer to the frame class without instantiating it. Invoking the add key listening method and passing this keyword, I added the specific key listener to receive key events from the frame object. It should be noted that as the public class implements the key listener interface, it is also possible to use this keyword to refer to the key listener interface. Thus, it is possible to use this keyword twice in the same statement, because this keyword refers to both the frame class as well as the key listener interface. Invoking the setDefaultClose operation method and passing the parameter frame.exit_on_close, I set the operation to exit application default window close operation, when the user initiates a close on this frame object. Invoking the setSize method and passing 1000 as parameters, I resize the frame object so that it has the width and height of 1000 pixels. Invoking the setVisible method and passing the value true, the frame object is shown when the program is compiled and run. When the setVisible method was finished, I typed a closing curly bracket to finish the defined constructor. After finishing the defined constructor, I implemented all the inherited abstract methods of the key listener interface, namely the key typed, key pressed, key released methods. Among these 3 methods, I typed and executed a code block only within the key typed method. Within each pair of parentheses after the methods, it is necessary to pass the parameter key event, followed by an instance of the event denoted by the letter E at default. Then, I typed an opening curly bracket, after which I typed the switch keyword, and an opening parenthesis. Next, invoking the getKeyChar method via the instance E, it is possible to return the character associated with the key in this event, followed by a closing parenthesis. After another opening curly bracket, I typed the case keyword, followed by the letter A bracketed by single quotes, and a colon, after which I allowed a line to engage in data I/O by invoking the start method after the clip object representing the sound of laser rocket. Then, invoking the setLocation method, getX method for the X coordinate, and getY method for the Y coordinate, I moved each global object to a new location. In order to perform a 98 degrees counterclockwise rotation, I calculated the Y coordinates that should be passed to the setLocation method. Adding the Y coordinates passed to the setBounce method and the Y coordinates passed to the setLocation method of each global object respectively should yield the same sum. When the case statement was finished, I added the break keyword at the end. Thus, it could be considered that for the switch statement, it is important to use the case keyword, a char value bracketed by single quotes, followed by a colon, and the break keyword at the end of each case statement. There is still a lot of room for improvement in the code snippet of this Java program. For instance, It would have better to declare an array of global objects and use the for loop to instantiate the array. It would have been better to add throws declarations after string args of method main as well as the defined constructor instead of surrounding the methods of the audio system class with the try catch statements or try multi catch statements. It would have been to invoke the relevant methods for an array of global objects instead of invoking them separately for 7 global objects. It would have been better to instantiate a font object and pass it as a parameter to all the set font methods. It would have been better to omit the case C, because there is virtually no difference in shifting the positions of the overlapping squares between it and case B, except for the sound of laser sword in case B. It would have been better to invoke the set microsecond position 0 method in the case statements within the get keychar method, so that it is possible to play the sound of laser rocket or laser sword for each time the key is pressed. Nevertheless, in my opinion, this is a relatively simple program, thus a good practice for intermediate programmers with a little programming experience. The key points of this program are summarized below. Key points refers to the user-defined name of a global object. Set opaque true refers to the user-defined name of an instance for the key event, which is EAT default public void key typed key event, and refer to any user-defined character, which is bracketed by single quotes switch. Get keychar, case dash, break case dash. Break, import java.hot.color, import java.hot.font, import java.hot.event.key event, import java.hot.event.keyListener, import java.io.file, import java.io.io exception, import javx.sound.sample.audio input stream, import javx.sound.sample.audio system, import javx.sound.sample.clip, import javx.sound.sample.line unavailable exception, import javx.sound.sample.unsupported audio file exception, import javx.swing.frame, import javx.swing.global, import javx.swing.layered pane. Add suppress warnings serial public class my frame extends frame implements key listener, public static void main string, args, new my frame. Clip laser rocket clip laser sword clip, global red, global orange, global yellow, global green, global cyan, global blue, global magenta, layered pane, my frame, file laser rocket file equals new file laser rocket.wav, file laser sword file equals new file laser sword.wav, audio input stream 1 equals null, try, audio stream 1 equals audio system.get audio input stream laser rocket file, catch. Unsupported audio file exception, IO exception print stack trace. Try, laser rocket clip equals audio system.get clip, catch, line unavailable exception print stack trace. Try, laser rocket clip.open audio stream 1, catch, line unavailable exception print stack trace, catch. IO exception print stack trace. Audio input stream 2 equals null. Try, audio stream 2 equals audio system.get audio input stream laser sword file, catch, unsupported audio file exception, IO exception print stack trace. Try, laser sword clip equals audio system.get clip, catch, line unavailable exception print stack trace. Try, laser sword clip.open audio stream 2, catch, line unavailable exception print stack trace, catch. IO exception print stack trace. Red equals new global ch0 red dot set background color dot red dot set bounce 0 0 120 120 red dot set font new font times new Roman font dot bold 20 red dot set opaque true. Orange equals new global palm rich Zoe orange dot set background color dot orange dot set bounce 80 120 120 orange dot set font new font times new Roman font dot bold 20 orange dot set opaque true. Yellow equals new global a ring 1/4 a tilde cubed etty yellow dot set background color dot yellow dot set bounce 160 160 120 120 yellow dot set font new font times new Roman font dot bold 20 yellow dot set opaque true. Green equals new global zeleny green dot set background color dot green dot set font new font times new Roman font dot bold 20 green dot set bounce 240 120 120, green dot set opaque true, cyan equals neutralable cyan dot set background color dot cyan dot set bounds 320, 120, 120, cyan dot set font times new Roman, font dot bold, 20, cyan dot set opaque true, blue equals neutralable niebieski, blue dot set background color dot blue dot set font times new Roman, font dot bold, 20, blue dot set bounds 400, 120, 120, blue dot set opaque true, magenta equals neutralable magenta dot set background color dot magenta dot set font times new Roman, font dot bold, 20, magenta dot set bounds 480, 120, 120, magenta dot set opaque true, layered pane equals nuge layered pane dot add red, layered pane dot add orange, layered pane dot add yellow, layered pane dot add green, layered pane dot add cyan, layered pane dot add blue, layered pane dot add magenta, this dot add layered pane, this dot set default close operation frame dot exit underscore on underscore close, this dot set size 1000, this dot set visible true, this dot add key listener this public void key typed key event t, switch, e dot get key char, case a, laser rocket clip dot start, red dot set location red dot getx, giddy plus 480, orange dot set location orange dot getx, giddy plus 400, yellow dot set location yellow dot getx, giddy plus 320, green dot set location green dot getx, giddy plus 240, cyan dot set location cyan dot getx, giddy plus 160, blue dot set location blue dot getx, giddy plus 80, magenta dot set location magenta dot getx, giddy plus 0, break, case B, laser switch clip dot start, red dot set location red dot getx, getty, orange dot set location orange dot getx, getty, yellow dot set location yellow dot getx, getty, green dot set location green dot getx, getty, cyan dot set location cyan dot getx, getty, blue dot set location blue dot getx, getty, magenta dot set location magenta dot getx, getty, break, case C, red dot set location red dot getx, getty, orange dot set location orange dot getx, getty, yellow dot set location yellow dot getx, getty, green dot set location green dot getx, getty, cyan dot set location cyan dot getx, getty, blue dot set location blue dot getx, getty, magenta dot set location magenta dot getx, getty, break, public void key pressed key event t, public void key released key event t,